And then, a lot of journals now do a lot of massaging and writing to make the papers a little more understandable. It would be ideal if every paper had a plain language version, at least, that the average person could understand. But sometimes these scientists, I work with them, and they get deeper and deeper into their very specialized area using very complex concepts, describing things inside the body or the brain. And at a certain point, only a specialized vocabulary can describe it. So they're kind of stuck. But I think this creates enormous opportunities to do science communication, have people like myself who explain it to the general public as well.
Is it hard for you to do?
Yeah.
Because
talking
simple. To Henry, when he was editing and writing a bit, it was hard for him.
It's hard.
And that's what you do. I'm not a writer. I admit it. I mean, every day is writer's block for me. I have this project sitting on my kitchen table. It's been there for 4 months. There's paper all over. I can't touch it. It's debilitating. It's stressful, and it's got to be done. And there's so much pressure, and yet I can't do it because it's personal. I got to write about my job and what I did. And anyway, but talking to Henry, he found it frustrating in trying to take that scientist's idea and put it into words in a complex or non-complex form.
Yeah, it's not simple. I mean, if what I did was easy, everybody would do it, right?
Yeah, and how about editing the complex stuff?
Yeah, that's tough too.
That must be tough too, because you might take out a critical sentence that...
Exactly. And so you're trying to understand it, and you're trying to be like the first reader to say, okay, I represent other readers who are also going to read this. Is it going to be comprehensible to them, even to your peer group? And can we make it comprehensible in a broader group? And you really sometimes struggle to understand what they're talking about. I often read other papers that have been published in the field that I'm editing in. I go over it quite carefully, try to make sure that I understand everything the author's trying to say. I might write some questions to the author to ask them what they mean. It's sometimes a little difficult to get at. But often authors improve. I've worked with several authors where I've seen them over time improve as they get my feedback, as they understand that sometimes they're writing something that's really not comprehensible. Then the next time, their writing just gets that much better.
And you offer, did you recently participate in a seminar about this sort of writing technical stuff?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Is it a regular thing, or is this a consulting thing of yours?
I do quite a bit of training of. I help scientists to write papers. I do that actually in Mexico. Wait a
minute. You go to Mexico?
I go to Mexico.
Oh, good gig.
And I've been to Mexico 15 times, and I've never been to a beach.
What, really?
Yes.
Carolyn,
I've seen the inside of a lot of campuses.
Really?
Yeah. But
take an extra day, please.
Mexico is a wonderful place, and the scientists there are trying to publish in English. But they have difficulty. They're also beginning scientists, right? Somebody doing a PhD or just a newly minted professor, and they're trying to write the way that scientists in Canada and the United States write. And they have different cultural traditions, even in writing. So we worked with them to help them understand the expectations of journals that are published in Europe and Canada and the U.S., and to help them write it in English. So I've worked with a lot of scientists there.
Sounds complex. Is there like a template you can kind of give them, or
a little bit?
How do you explain that?
A little bit, yeah, because scientific articles follow a bit of a formula, and there are kind of tricks, writing tricks, common ways to use definitions, explain things, to make a transition from one thing to another. So we have a little group of Canadians that teaches the Mexican scientists all of the tricks of the trade, as it were. Yeah,
it's amazing. Ottawa Magazine, are you in there every month?
No, I haven't been in Ottawa Magazine for a long time.
For a while?
Yeah, but I got my start there, and that was partly involved another CKCU alumnus, James Hale.
Oh.
Yeah, he was an editor at Ottawa Magazine back in the 80s.
Right.
And that's how I got started there.
There's a lot of people from CKCU that went through the Ottawa Magazine. I can't remember them all, but quite a few people.
That's right.
Still around. And I like this. You participated in something with Jay Ingram from
That's right.
Discovery Channel. What's the name of the show?
Yeah, Daily Planet.
Daily Planet.
And Jay has recently retired from that. So for sevele years...
It's too bad because he should have stayed and they should have gotten rid of the other...
Do
you watch the show? Do you watch
yeah.
it? Yeah, it's
Absolutely.
a good show. You know, it's just there's a young guy that does all the gizmos. He bugs me too much. He's got to go. And the girl, again, don't remember the names. She might look good, but I can't deal with her attitude. The guy I gotten used to, but I like Jay. You know, he was good on that show. But yeah, you went to
for 10 years.
Hang out with him?
Oh yeah.
Oh, great.
I was hanging out with him in September.
Oh, fantastic.
Jay Ingram and his partner Marianne Mosier have started 10 years ago a 2-week intensive course for science communicators as part of the Banff Center. So in August, there's 2 weeks where all kinds of people who want to communicate about science, whether they be scientists themselves or communicators who want to do more in the scientific area, they go for a 2-week stint in the woods, and it's very hard work.
Really?
Yeah, they learn, the participants learn multimedia, they do a lot of creativity and teamwork exercises, and they work on a major project to explain something scientific to the public. And that was a lot of fun when I did it back in 2009. And the course is going strong. It just held its 10th anniversary reunion, so I was to that in September in Calgary.
In Calgary. That's another nice gig. And say hi to Jay for me. Yeah, I like the show. And then
he does more selfies with people, I think, than Justin Trudeau.
Really? It's crazy. And then when he left, he started just doing special segments, and I think he still does this. I don't watch Daily Planet all the time. The problem I have with Daily Planet is where I used to work. If there was anything on Daily Planet that was related to that where I used to work, I would see it in the garage 2 weeks later, because somebody would make a pitch and we'd buy it. And it's like, no, we don't need that. Just because Daily Planet said we did doesn't mean we need it. It's crazy. We have just a few minutes left. We got about 6 minutes left till 9 o'clock, the BBC News. In the studio is Carolyn Brown. We've been talking science and medicine. The word we were looking for before was lymph nodes.
Right.
It's not a good idea to put antiperspirant on, right?
Honestly, the evidence is not strong one way or the other.
Really?
Yeah.
You're making me look bad. I tell people it's bad.
I'll tell you, the problem is there's a lot of consumer products out there that haven't been tested very well, and you only find out once they're in use if there's any problems with them. But if there was a serious problem, it would come to everybody's attention. There used to be a lot of products that would get out there like DDT. You and I remember DDT, which was a pesticide. We remember things like lead in gasoline, which was just a terrible idea and caused learning disabilities in children. Those kinds of, there was a lot of awareness that was raised by people like Ralph Nader and other organizations about releasing consumer products without testing them adequately. So a lot of that has actually gone by the boards. Things are a lot better now. There's a lot more testing. Pesticides, people in Canada don't realize this, but since 2006, the pesticide regime is much, much tougher. They've taken a ton of pesticides off the market. There's very strict testing for pesticides now to make sure that they're safe even for children and even for the environment. They're tested in the environment to make sure there are no detrimental effects on fish, water, birds, that kind of thing. So pesticides are a lot safer now than they once were. Consumer products are a lot safer. That being said, you still have to be wary of what you're using and putting on. A lot of moisturizers, for example, just have vegetable oils in them of various kinds, shea butter and so on. And those aren't bad for you. They won't hurt you. And they do a good job of your skin, especially as you get older.
Is there, again, you're not a doctor, but is there any medical or science behind why certain things smell good to most people and other things smell bad to other people? So example is you're driving along and it's skunk in the country. Everybody says, ew. I don't understand this. And then, underarms. Let's use the underarm.
Right.
And again, I don't
That's
want to sound like
natural
a jerk,
pheromones.
but it was only feminists that didn't wear, I'm going back 30, 40 years ago.
Exactly.
That didn't wear deodorant and they wouldn't shave their armpits. Right now, my current state of mind is good for you that you're not using deodorant and shaving your armpits. So, why does armpit smell bad to people that we need to use a chemical that's made by man to make money to mask something that's kind of not. They didn't have perspiration 200 years ago.
A lot of that is cultural, don't you think?
Well, and the message by advertisers trying to sell a product.
They're just trying to sell you something. Yeah. Exactly. The thing is that natural pheromones, which we produce in our sweat glands, are how people are attracted to each other, for example. And if you put on the Old Spice you were talking about earlier, and as soon as you talked Old Spice, I thought, whatever happened to high karate?
Yes.
Remember that?
Yeah. The commercial.
Yeah, we're really dating ourselves now. We're doing the 40-year anniversary thing.
You can Google it, a high karate YouTube ad, and you'll see there's a Chinese or some Asian guy doing chopping stuff. Yeah, it's probably badly. What did we know about martial arts? But anyway, and terrible stereotypes. But anyway, all of those things are artificial pheromones. Which, if you were attracted to somebody because of their artificial pheromones, once they wash them off, maybe you wouldn't like the way they smelled, right? Right, exactly.
So, no, I'm all for the natural pheromones, too.
Okay, well, we got 1 minute left. I'm going to see you on Saturday night. We'll talk more. You can also drop by on Friday during the day. There'll be some people here Saturday during the day. I'm not talking to the listeners. Actually, I am talking to the listeners, too. You can all drop by the studio and help us celebrate our 40th anniversary, and you can meet Carolyn in person. I'm sure she'll be around the station at some point. I will see you on Saturday, and I want to thank you for coming in this morning. It just tied in perfectly. I had no show. You're an alumni. It's our birthday. It's after funding drive. I got music. I got you. I had a show. Done.
It's been very fun to be back in this chair, Tick.
Great. Thanks a lot.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Great. That was Carolyn Brown. You can check out her blog at, let me just move this mic over here, Carolyn Brown, Carolyn, Carolyn, there's a J in there, carolynjbrown.wordpress.com. It's 8 o'clock.